You know who doesn't love to sing along with their favorite Disney songs? Isn't that why they exist?
There's so many of them, and they're always so catchy, right?
Yes.
This February, the voices behind some of your favorite Disney songs are taking the stage at the Magnolia. And this morning, we're talking with Susan Egan and Cindy Winters. And thanks for joining us here, ladies. Really appreciate it. Maybe a little later on in this interview, we'll do a little Name That Tune. What do you guys think?
Ooh, a little game.
Yes.
I love it.
All right. So you guys are going to be on stage playing the parts that really my daughter, little girls everywhere dream of, right? What has the reaction been so far of this show?
Absolutely amazing. You know, Disney is just a connector, and these princess characters have spanned generations and really have a lot of great qualities, the kindness, the courage of them, and we get to exemplify that by singing the songs of all 12 Disney princesses plus the 2 Frozen queens. So it's a big party on stage.
Wow. Yeah, you'll be the most popular ladies. I do want to know what it's like to be a princess. I think so many people dream of that. How is it for you?
I think the title of being a princess, particularly a Disney princess, is a huge responsibility, to be honest. I had the role, the honor of playing Nala in The Lion King on Broadway, and just the way that I get to be introduced to people, and I'll say, hi, I'm Cindy Winters, and my friend will jump right in and say, and she was Nala, she was a princess in The Lion King, and people just bow. It's kind of strange, but it's also an opportunity for us to exemplify these women as leaders, as empowered women, pushing forward a positive message. And so I think the biggest thing about Disney Princess the Concert is that strong, powerful message of women empowerment and courage and kindness, like Susan said.
And defining your own destiny.
Defining your own destiny and sort of forging your own path.
Absolutely.
Which, Disney has done a great job in that storytelling over the years.
There's so many great princesses. Is there one that you prefer to play? Is there a favorite? I know so many of them are great, but do you have a favorite?
In this concert, what's so great is you've got 4 Broadway stars. Cindy was Nala on Broadway. I was the original Belle on Broadway. We've got Jasmine from Broadway. But then in the concert, we get to share stories, our behind-the-scenes stories about what that was like. But we get to sing multiple princess character parts. So I think that's what's really exciting, is that we each have 3 or 4 characters that we get to sing on stage.
Cool.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, absolutely. I like I said, I get to sing songs from Nala, but then I get to do a song from Anna from Frozen.
Ooh.
So I get to actually express that goofy side of me that a lot of people don't get to see, which is really exciting.
I get to see it every day. She's pretty goofy.
There you go.
I love that. I love that we have Broadway stars that are going to be performing here in the San Diego area. So this will be in February. If you want to give us the details where and when this is going to happen.
Sure, it's at the Magnolia Theater on February 6th, and you can go to DisneyPrincessConcert.com for tickets.
Hey, and real quick, before we get to the little competition we're going to have here, my daughter, when I'll ask her, this was a couple years ago, I asked her, what do you want to be when you grow up? She says, well, I want to be a Disney princess. And I think that's great, but how do you guys respond to the little girls out there that want to be a princess? I mean, the chances of being a real princess, there's the real life questions there, right?
Well, it's interesting. I think what the kids are actually really responding to is the power and the empowerment and the strength of these characters, that they're making the difficult choices when faced with challenges, that they are defining their own destinies, that they're rising above, that they work hard for what they believe in, that they support their communities. And so those are really the qualities. And I think these girls are growing up.
Yeah.
The girl who becomes the CEO, the girl who becomes the professor, the girl who becomes the doctor, the girl who becomes a mom who's a strong woman supporting her children. Those are all the qualities that are in these movies.
And
man, I wish my response was that good.
Disney has been telling stories of princesses for over a generation, for many generations now. So there are women, adult women who are mothers and grandmothers who look up to these characters. And so I remember when I was growing up looking up at Ariel, or Mulan was my favorite princess growing up, and Pocahontas was my favorite princess growing up, and seeing their strength in leading their community and doing what's right, even if it's in the face of the hardest decision you've ever had to make in your life. So
That's great.
I've always wanted to grow up to be a Disney princess too, and I did, but here we are.
I love that response.
And Eric, isn't that what you told your daughter?
Yeah, mine was much more succinct, not quite as poignant, but I think it ended with, "You can be whatever you want, honey."
Right. I mean, that's
the
true.
spirit.
That's a good dad right there.
It's a
You
good
can
message.
do whatever you want. Yeah.
I always thought.
All right, are you
Moana,
two
if I
ready for a
could
little
be
bit of a
princess.
challenge?
Yeah,
Yes,
bring it
let's
on.
do it. Okay, let's
go.
get to that.
Let's see it.
All right, you're gonna name that princess. I want to see who wins between
Okay.
you guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Ariel.
Wouldn't you think my...
Beep, beep, beep.
Ah, there she goes.
Of course, I've watched it like 1,000
I was gonna say, yeah, you're more.
I didn't know they did that anymore.
Oh, that's Anna, right?
Yes! Oh my gosh, oh my
Eric,
gosh.
why are you slow on these?
Oh, isn't this amazing?
Cinderella.
It's my favorite part because you'll see, here's where she meets Prince Charming. But she won't discover that it's
Snow
in
White.
chapter
Snow-
3. This girl right here,
Is it
this
Snow
one.
White?
Belle.
This one.
Oh,
Yes.
Belle,
Thank
Beauty
you.
and the
Well
Beast.
done.
Is that
Yes,
what? No, okay.
yes, Belle.
All right, here we go. See the line as it shines on the sea. It's blinding.
Moana.
And no one knows
That's like my favorite.
how deep it goes.
Moana.
And it seems like it's calling out to me,
Just
so
keep
come
singing. Is it
find
not right?
me.
Is
I don't know.
And let me know.
Tiana.
No, her name isn't it Moana? It's from the movie Moana.
Yes, you had
Yes,
it.
okay,
Yes, I am Moana.
Yes, thank you.
She was in the moment.
That-
She didn't hear you give it the
know
right.
it.
I wanted to
response.
keep
You're going to
hearing
be
her.
there at the theater singing along. I just know it.
Yes,
For sure.
absolutely.
I do want to ask you too. So people who attend should be dressing up, right,
Oh,
as their
yeah.
favorite characters.
Oh, we love it when
Absolutely.
we see the little ones in those costumes, but it does not end with
And the
little
big
ones.
ones.
I was just going to say, all those millennials out there, you put on that princess dress, you do it. I've also seen dads. I just
Oh,
want to let
yeah.
you know,
Yes.
Eric, I've seen a dad in an Elsa costume
Okay.
with a sign that said, "Let it bro."
Let it.
Let it bro. That's awesome.
I love that. Yeah,
Your
I can
tiara,
rock a
we
Belle
wanna see
yellow
your
dress.
favorite princess T-shirt.
We do.
Yep.
We do.
Yep.
Great
I love that.
idea. Do you see like one character more than any others?
Oh, well, I do think Elsa's a very
lot of
popular
Elsas.
girl.
Elsa,
Yeah,
for sure.
Quite popular.
There's a Cinderella, there's an Ariel, there's an
Yep.
Elsa, there's an Elsa, there's an Elsa, and an Elsa.
Yeah. I have a whole closet full of them. So yeah, I've got a whole closet
I
full
love
of princess dresses. Awesome, well, ladies. Thanks so much for coming on here, and I love the empowering message you're giving us
Yes,
here.
thank you for that.
Thank you so much for having us.
a lot of fun.
All right, best of luck.